And then let's the radio we're going to use to wire this thing up. Alright, so you want to be careful with the screws on the heads of these eagles. How's your all's weekend been? I'm going to use this. Tell you what, that's a little too high. I just wanted to see. I'm going to grab one of these. Perfect. All right, perfect. perfect. All right. Now, let's see. Do I want to get you all on an angle to where you? Well, what we're going to do right now, I'm trying to just make sure you can see everything I did. Let's work together here, because I want to let everybody see what I'm doing. So there's. So what we're going to do right now, guys, is we're going to do the battery connection. Put a new tab head. Simple basics. I'm going to leave. We're going to work kind of to the right side of the screen. So. First thing we're going to do is make this up. Good. Just making sure there's no poly in the wire. Let's see here. This is where you need control. So what you'll do now is you're going to release and you're going to grab right at the knot. Now, pay real close attention to what I do. Pay real close attention to what I do here. We're going to bring, now see how we're going to lay? And we want that to go in. And that's going to be a reinforcement. Not only is it a physical solder joint, but now it's going to become a stiff back reinforcement for the wire. So we're going to, that's why we do it that way, folks. Now that we have the wire kind of helping us, now we're going to go this one the opposite way. And I'm checking to make sure, giving it a pretty significant pull. Now we're going to go the opposite way. So now we're going to run this one up past, all the way up to the sheath, up inside the sheath. So now we have the negatives going up inside the sheath. Okay, next step will be to verify Try to let you all see this. There we go. I'm going to get you all a different shot now, so y'all can see what we're doing. So now I'm using the edge of my table so y'all can see the circuit board. Now we're going to come over here. And we're going to put the positive on the positive tab. And then we're going to go to the positive. Beautiful. Now we're going to come to the negative. We should get no tone. Beautiful. So we have good isolation, meaning that the circuit is intact. Nothing's open. And we have isolation between positive and negative. All right. And that means we can move forward. So now, we'll set this completely out of the way. I gotta grab the wire buddy and the vise. We'll do it that way for now. Let's see. All right. So I'm going to have to work like this. So I'm going to have to set you guys up. I try to work with you guys, man. I mean, I try to work with you so you can watch and see everything I do. Make it a little bit more interesting for us. Try not to leave you guys out. All right. So sometimes this is how we have to do things. When we're working on microphones, coax, connectors, this is going to teach you all a lot of cool tricks. And a lot of it's just setup and then using the right tools and the right. So like what I'm fixing to do right here. Now obviously some of you are going to have little bench vise setups and even more efficient, better setups, but this is a little trick that I do. I've been doing this for years, and I like it, and it works, so. I hate starting to roll off like that, but that's all right. So I'm just going to take that. So what I do, guys, is I take I'm going to find out a position in which I'm going to work from all the time here. So, and you don't have to put down much. In fact, I'm not going to waste. Check this out. And then we're going to put that down. And then what this does is I can move this tool in my jig. And as I'm soldering and working, I'm getting ready to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Alright, let me get in position here. And then if you look, my jig is set up just this way to where audio. Sorry that I'm kind of in the way on some of it. So there's our ender. We got our blue and shields. So now I gotta look at some now we're gonna start doing some teaching you. We can actually get rid of this. Well, actually, we're going to leave it, but we can get rid of this. And now I'm going to change my camera because I'm going to teach you how to get rid of the zero question. Yeah, you can look up and look, but I'm going to show you how the right way, the technician way, how to determine what's the switch leg, what's, what wires is what, the key side. Although I kind of know this stuff memorized, I'm going to show you how you use your equipment and your tools to determine what's the key side, what's the key, what's, the wire configuration. And like I said, having the proper tools and equipment is everything to this hobby, because if you don't, you're just going to fight it. So there's your audio. Remember, guys, the audio wire will always be wrapped around the shield. Always. Remember that. Now what you want to do is we want to separate the string, the nylons from the Teflons. We want to bring, first thing we're going to do, you want to do is get your shield. And watch what I do. We're going to take all this and completely gather it up between our thumb and our index finger. And we're going to push all the conductors down and pinch it to where we only have the shield sticking up. We're going to start to turn the shield, twist it. And we're going to leave it kind of frayed. Then you're going to reach over and grab your lighter. And you're going to burn all the fibers out of that shield. And you're going to see the wire is going to turn kind of a blue. You're going to continue to twist. Now we're going to take and pull all the string and get it all together in one bunch. What we're going to do with it is literally cut it out, but I'd like to get it and cut it. Let's do it like this. Oh, I got too much shit, too small of a space. So we're going to cut. Come through here and cut all our strings out. And when you're doing microphones, you want to do things right. You take your time, and all these little steps matter. I'm just taking the time to really clean all this up. Now we've got our conductor separated from our shield. We've already got our connector way uphill. That's the first thing you do in our insulator, which I'll use a different, nicer insulator, but that was on it, so I'm going to leave it. But I'll use something when we get down to that part. I'll use something better. Anyway, I'm going to show you what we're going to do here. It's just basic stuff. We're going to tin up that shield. And tin that whole son of a bitch. I've done so many microphones, cords and mics, guys. And I'm sorry if this is kind of in your way. I'll work with you. You just got to work with me. I've got a lot of shit going on here. So I'll set this. I got to make sure I don't set it on all my tools. Set that down like that, and then I know Jack Black. And then I'm going to come through my cord hole here, and then actually just trying to get all my stuff out that I'm going to need, and what I do is I end up getting too much shit in my way here. All right, here we go. So you can see down here, here's the end. 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 Sorry, guys. I turned my gun. My gun was in standby. I'm sorry. We'll have to wait a couple of seconds. But we're gonna tin the shield, because if you don't, you end up with a frayed mess. You don't want that. You want to tin your shield, and then I'm gonna show you how you make the proper measurements, how far you want your wires, and then we'll just wire up the cord. But first, I'm going to show you how you know what's what. How you can determine the key line, the transmit, the switching circuit of the mic. All right. Not quite. Like I said, it was in standby and I didn't realize it. Oh. How's everybody doing? Matt, this is your mic, man. I had to fix all the battery. It was all rigged. I wanted to make sure it was right. All right, we're getting there now, guys. All right, that's what I wanted to see. That's what I wanted to see. All right. Now this wire here, there we go. Can be a little bit hard to do. All we got to do, there we go. There we go. We're not gonna, you notice how I started up here, but then I come down here because that's where I'm going to be cutting the wire. Then I'm going to flip it off. Just like that. Just like that. Alright, so now we got a stiff wire. We'll come out here, cut it. Now, take it out of here. And I really want to do this. So I'm working more in front of me. So now what we got to do, you already know. So the first thing you do is tin the shield real nice like this. Now we're going to come through here. Basically about the same distance as all. We're going to cut all these even. And I'm going to cut them. Actually, we don't even have to do that. I'm just going to strip them. All right, here we go. There's one. This is some pretty good wire, so that always helps. Now, this is real Teflon. There we go. Easy and dog. There it went. So I'm gonna and we'll go through here and do every one of them. And once we get them all stripped, then we'll come through here and tin them all. Just like that. Like I said, you got to be real patient. Now, once we get them all stripped like this, I'll show you the tricks. And you get them all tinned. The trick is getting them all tinned properly, not fraying, getting it all clean. Once you have that, you're golden. And knowing how to strip these little bitty wires. And then you're going to twist one clockwise and the one beside it counterclockwise. And when you do this, it'll keep them from being unfraying on you. Just all little tricks that you learn. All right, so we got two more conductors. We're going to go with a black. And then I'm going to show you how we tin them all out. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And one we won't use. But it'll be the yellow. It won't be the blue. All right. That was a really good deal. That went real well. And I'll show you what it looks like. And it takes practice to do it, but Lord knows I've had a bunch of that. So here's what it looks like. And then now I'm going to put it back in the wires, buddy. And then we're going to tin all these up. I'm going to show you how we do all that. And you start one at a time. We've already done the shield, so we're going to turn to the audio wire, which is white. And then I'm going to get the one. I'm just going to go ahead and get all of them because I can while I'm in this position. And we're going to tin all of them. Now, these are going to be easy to tin. Start with this audio. Go ahead and pick up the old blue while we're visiting. We'll go back to the audio. We'll clean our tip. We'll come right down here. We'll split the red and the black. Put a little bit more solder on our tip. We'll put a little bit of tin on the black. Put a little bit more solder on the red. Come back here. Hit the yellow. Finally. And that is how you do it, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're all tinned. You don't have to worry about wires fraying. Now, at this point, if you realize you need more wire length, but we're not, that's literally perfect. What you can do is make a slit, then do a 360 cut, and then boom, you have longer wire. So, but you want to keep these as short as you can. You do not want long wires. You want to keep this nice, tight, and right. If you have a long wires, then what you have is no body, no insulation to when you make up the connector. And it's not what you want to do. So now, I'm going to show you how you determine the switch without guessing. And where have I got it? Right here. I'm getting pretty tired. I don't know if I'm going to finish this mic tonight. I probably won't. But anyway, so we're going to take I already know that the red. So we grab one of my jumpers. We're going to grab quit it. What did I say? And I'm going to slide the key up on the. So I'm sliding the key up so the mic's keyed. All right. That was easy. That was real easy. Now we're going to verify. Quit! I don't want to hear that, Peanut. Stop! What did I say? No! All right. So now you take your notepad. And you know red and blue is the key switch. And you know the white's the audio and the short. It's already. I immediately know how to wire it. Wire it right now. Just from that one test. You got to know what they're using for the other side of the ground because it's not what you think. And it's on this specific one they're using the blue. Now I'll show you how I can prove to you that. We can go over here and read the schematic. I'm just showing you how you do it with, in case you didn't have the schematic. Then you come right over here, and you can grab, and you can go and look at the key switch. Come over here to the key switch. That's the bar. And you go down to there it is. Blue, red, switch, and break. So that's what's opening, close. White and shield, internal coupled. And that's going up to the audio amp. That's your audio, obviously your audio cable. So there you go. So now, for like, and I'm going to go ahead and just write this little bit of information down, which I already know, but it makes it a lot easier when I got to wire this up in the morning. I know. Because I'm tired, guys. I'm really just tired all of a sudden. And I got to take care of these freaking animals. All right, here's the schematic for white to mic jack audio input. So that's a good spot to put it. Okay. Good God, I got too much going on. Switch. So. Confirmed. We got that confirmation right here. And this is the preamplifier, which is using 2N 27N2s. What is that? God, 2712 is what it should be. Yeah, 2712s. Push-pull amplifier. Black, white. We got the switch on. And then the top mic head. 3 is green. 2 goes to the yellow wire. Okay, that's for that. Okay. I'll show you. Well, I don't need to show you, but I take that switch down. That'll tell us which side is open. And the wire colors are chilled, white, blue, red, black, yellow. Shield, white, blue, red, black, yellow. Shield, white, blue, red, black, yellow, and then switching. All right. Well, it's going to be easy. I'll just leave this out. So that's already done the work. This is how it's wired to. This is just showing you it shows you the internal and then the feed to the cord. And then it shows you how it's hooked into that amplifier in the bottom of the microphone. which is all this inside. And then what I'm doing is taking the microphone cords and determine the switch leg so that whenever I wire it to a Cobra, we can determine what legs switch. We already know on a stock Cobra, but because the colors are different and we're wiring something, see, and that right there, I'll probably have to take the head apart to fix that if he's wanting me to fix that. But I don't know if I can fix it. It's spinning inside. We'll have to see. I sure don't want to damage it, so it's pretty loose, and I don't know where. I'll have to see what's. We might be able to tighten the headpiece up. I'm gonna slide it up underneath because I'm not doing it tonight. In fact, I'm gonna put the bottom back on it so I don't lose its screws. We got him. We got his. There's the bottom key switch. Double key switch. Beautiful. The potentiometer. Now the potentiometer lines up right. They had bunched a bunch of tape where they had that battery taped in that. I'm just tired, guys. I don't know. I'm got so much going here. I might end up wiring it up here in a little bit. But right now I gotta go take care of the garden and the dogs. It's almost getting dark. We got all that much done, so we got all the bottom wired. Now we'll wire up the connector for the Cobra. We'll do that. We might do it in a little bit, but I just got to get out there and take care before it's dark. If I don't, then I won't get that done, and that's a must. I can't do it at dark. In fact, I'm just going to leave all this. Shut that video down, and I'll start it back up. And then we can. I'm looking here. There we go. All right, man. I'm going to take this in here to stay charging. Thanks for watching. And we're just going to wire it up for a Cobra here, and we'll do that together here maybe in a little while.